I feel like giving up. I feel like stopping fashion designing. Will this job I am doing be able to foot my bills? Will I be able to make a living out of this? How many successful fashion designers do I know in the industry? I need more money to buy more machines, rent apartments, get married, drive the best cars, live the best of my life. So these are some thoughts that are going through the minds of a lot of young fashion designers. Now, if you're one of them that are having such thinking or such thoughts, this video is for you. I will advise you to watch this video till the very end and make sure you learn a lot from this particular video. Now, a lot of young fashion designers are facing these challenges. They feel that the job is not enough to cater their needs. They feel that this job will not be able to rent the best of the apartments, live the best of life, get married, train their children, build their dream homes and everything. Now, before you quit, I would like you to know that there is no best skill or there is no more lucrative skill out there. Any skill you have seen now that sounds lucrative are people in it that made it to be so. Do you get? Now, if you recall, in some 5 to 10 years back, they say 10 to 15 years back, fashion designing was made for only retired civil servants. But now, young people have started to enroll to use fashion design as a career and pursue their life dreams, goals, and ambitions. So, what will make you different from the regular is your mindset on how you approach or how you handle fashion designing. To start with, fashion designing is not a one-man's job. It's not something only you can handle to run as a sole proprietor, to run as the only person that owns the company. Now, in as much as you want to learn the skill to build a brand, you should make sure you make provisions or you make room for people to queue under you and work under you, assist you, to grow your brand. Because when the order starts coming, only one person cannot handle the rest of the stress and everything, the workload. So now, when you have this mindset of growing your brand, you should also have the mindset of employing people that can work for you. Now, when you employ people that can work for you, you tend to be more productive, you tend to deliver jobs on time, you tend to make more money on the long run. Now, you tend to also save cost of production. For example, if you're the only one sewing 2 outfits in a day, you will notice that you will spend more time, more fuel, more energy, and more resources. But when you have 1 worker or 2 workers doing the same job for you, the job tends to finish faster and you have more time to do other things. So when you have decided to expand your workforce, you tend to take in more jobs. By so doing, having more income, right? So that's the first approach you should have, or mindset you should have, if you want to grow your brand to a certain level. Another thing is that you don't only depend solely on sewing only as source of income. There are other small businesses associated with fashion designing. For example, mentorship, online teaching, physical teaching, sales of fabrics and consultations, right? Now, you can conduct seminars for schools, holiday programs for children, in a subsidized manner, online classes at a very affordable price. Now, this will go a long way to help build some finances that can help you procure some machines that you can even use to, be more productive in your place, in your outlet. So the resources will be needing might still not come from the outside, might still come or will still come from the within your working force. Because if you don't have anybody sponsoring you in this fashion designing, you will find it very difficult to establish your brand to a certain extent. So you need to have that growth mindset and have this flexibility to adjust to whatever demand or need at every point in time. So when you have this, when you have mastered your craft and you start to employ people, you start to offer some other additional hustles or side businesses that can contribute to your financial growth. Still make sure that you reinvest these resources back into your business, because this will help you to stand stronger in the future. Because when you are equipped with enough machines, enough workforce, you become a company that can handle big contracts, big jobs within a short period of time. But when you are the sole proprietor, you will notice that you will not be productive enough, and you will be scared of taking bigger jobs or plenty jobs to, for productions. So outside all these things, you can also start ready to wear. Start sewing shirts, vintages, two-piece for sale. You can start from vintage shirts and sell as cheap as 8K per shirt. And you and I know that the cost of production or buying a vintage fabric is not more than 2,000 per yard, right? If you buy 2 yards, it's 4,000. You use 4K to sew, and they can sell at 10,000, 12,000, 15,000. Depends on the print, your target customers, and everything. So when you make this shirt and sell in bulk, you can say buy 6 or buy 10 and get 1 free, or buy 5 and get 1 free. So even if you are telling them get 1 free, you are still adding the cost of that one inside the 5 or the other or the other quantity that you are buying. That is called economics. In one of the laws in economics states this, that even the one you're getting free has been paid for when you're costing, right? So now, when you have this mindset to grow and you are putting in things in place, you see that you will no longer be having this thinking of quitting, of losing out, or backing off in your hustle. Now, this is applicable in all skill areas. It is not only on tailoring or fashion designing. Even those that do bidding, that do makeup, that do every skill, carpentry, furniture making, whatever skill you have, you should be thinking of how to employ more people to work for you. Now, another point as well you also need to consider is by getting your social media handles monetized. Now, how do you get your social media handle monetized? By posting contents on these platforms. Use platforms that has been verified, that has been proved that they pay. For example, YouTube and UK TikTok. Now, the reason I mentioned YouTube and UK TikTok is because these are the platforms I know that you can monetize even without consulting anybody. But Facebook has a lot of challenges, a lot of requirements, a lot of ups and downs, right? So I will encourage you to start with one platform like YouTube. And when you have grown your audience there, you cannot be opening or you cannot be targeting Facebook or any other platform. Now, YouTube is a very straightforward platform that once you create an account with them, be uploading videos on a regular, be using the rightful things or the rightful, whatever you are doing in a rightful way, you will get monetized within a short period of time. So if you really want to learn or see how or get to know how best you can create a YouTube channel, comment, teach us YouTube channel content monetization, and I will make a time to make a video about YouTube content monetization, right? So, but I'm trying to let you know that you should add a platform that can pay you, and YouTube is one of the best platforms in the world that can pay you, right? So if this video I am making right now is interesting to you, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and also subscribe to my channel, because I know these things are what most designers are facing through, or are passing through rather. So when you are building your brand, also try to build a monetizable platform like YouTube, because imagine if you get YouTube monetized and in every 21 days you get a token of $100 for a single, or an upcoming designer. This $100 can go a long way to help you save for your rent, can help you buy machines, can help you do whatever you want to do. As a matter of fact, I bought 2 machines from the revenue I got from YouTube, my YouTube channel. And bear in mind, when I opened my YouTube channel, I didn't know it was monetizable. I used it as a platform to teach people, and luckily enough, I got monetized in the process of doing this. So now, if you can see that when you have this mindset of helping people, teaching them, at the end of the day, you will get something out of it by having your platform fully monetized. So having had or watched till this very point, I believe you will not be thinking of quitting again. The time you use to think of quitting, use that time to think on what to do that will make you a better or a successful person in your field or in your craft, because you spend more energy in negative thoughts and it will not yield any results. But if you spend half of that energy in positive thoughts, you will see yourself having more positive remarks, thinkings, and whatever that comes out of it. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this video has inspired someone out there to be better. Hope to see you guys on the next one. Bye bye for now.